What's up, everyone, and welcome back to episode number 32, I believe, of this City Skylines Let's Play series. Now, for today, we are going to be working on basically all of the islands that we have left over here in this area. And what I want to do, I basically want to finish every single one of them. I think we're going to finish them all in this episode. Now, is it going to work? I'm not sure, but I am going to try my best to finish them all. Um, You know what, actually? I think that we're gonna have one ep one episode for one separate island. I think I'm gonna leave one island, but I will get to that in just a minute. Yeah, but most of them are gonna be finished in this episode, I'm pretty sure. So I do have some pretty cool ideas for these little islands over here. I think it's gonna look absolutely amazing once it's gonna be all finished. And yeah, I cannot wait. I don't think I have anything more to say, to be honest. Of course, if you have seen the last episode, we have worked on the nature reserve, completely finished, of course. And yeah, looking good. And I actually forgot to mention the little extra expansion that I did off camera. I already told you guys that I wanted to have some zoning over here, and I kind of forgot to show it that I actually added some zoning. So we now have some commercial over here, residential, and even some high residential over here. I think it's called some high density zoning over here. So pretty nice looking, to me at least. And yeah, I kind of forgot to tell you guys that I did it over here. But with that being said, I think we're just gonna work on the islands over here. And once these islands are gonna be finished, we are finally gonna work on the other parts of the map, which is gonna be really exciting. I think we're gonna start with building over here and then slowly going to the other parts over here as well. But that's gonna be, of course, for a future episode or future episodes. And let's actually do something now. So, population 123,000. I think we are still, yeah, going down after a pretty long death wave already. But we are still going, which is just insane. As you can see in the numbers, 830, which is pretty insane. But like I said before in the last episode, I think we are gonna be okay once it's gonna be finished. Maybe it can take some extra time, but I think we're gonna be okay. But what I want to do, the idea that I have, I basically want to remove all of the trees, all of the rocks and all of that. I want to basically clean all of the islands up, I guess, and we're gonna make it all the same terrain level. I think I'm also gonna add um, some sort of waterfront also. I think we're gonna do it as how we did it over here. I think it looks pretty nice. So I think I'm gonna do that as well. And yeah, I'm also gonna have a look at the main road layout already. And I think I'm gonna do this off camera. I'm gonna tell you why, because otherwise we're just gonna work on basically destroying the nature in this episode, and that's probably gonna take already 15 or 20 minutes, probably, with just with just making the islands look more smooth, cleaner. It's gonna take some time, so I don't really want to do that on camera, but what I do want to do on camera is, of course, working on the island, the road layout, the services, the zoning, everything, basically. But I just want to begin with a nice, um, I guess, start to this build. So I want to do the boring stuff first off camera, and then we're gonna work on the more exciting stuff on camera, of course. So I'm gonna do that right now. Gonna have a look at the islands. Like I said before, I'm gonna make them look more clean, remove everything so we have all space available. And I think I'm also gonna make the islands look a bit bigger, or I'm gonna make them a bit bigger maybe. But we will see what I can do. So this is how it looks right now, and this is actually gonna be a pretty nice transformation. So this is how it looks right now. And this is the final result of the islands being cleaned up, I guess you can say in a way. And yes, yes, please. I think that this is the best that I could have done. So what I exactly did, well, as you can see, to be honest, I just made everything the same terrain height or terrain level. I don't know how you want to say it, but made the islands a bit bigger. And of course, I also added the yeah, waterfront key, I guess you can say, which looks amazing. I'm really happy with the results that we have, as you can see. Now, I left these islands over here alone because I think I'm gonna just let them be nature, I guess. I think they are a little bit too small to actually build on. So just gonna let them be as they are. I think maybe I'm gonna add some extra little things over here, some extra decorations, I guess, but we are not really gonna build on them, I think. But as you can see, we have a total of 5 little islands, or to be honest, 2 little islands, and the other 3 are pretty big. Um, and I also added already the main road layout, so um, we already have a nice beginning. I think pretty happy with that, to be honest. So yeah, just a little roundabout over here. Of course, cycle lanes everywhere. Um, maybe it's gonna be a bit busy with only this road connecting to the whole district. Maybe, but I think we're gonna be okay because most of all, or mostly, it's gonna be residential zoning. I think this island, for example, is gonna be all residential. This is gonna be probably all residential. I think we can do a little bit of high density over here. And I also added this little like harbor area, I guess you can say. I think I can do something nice with building some little harbors in this area. I think it's gonna look pretty good. But yeah, as you can see, I also made the islands a bit bigger, so we have some extra space. And man, they look really good. Like from above, they look really really awesome. So again, really happy with how it's looking. And I already know what I'm gonna do, I think. So like I said before, this is gonna be residential, this is gonna be residential. This is gonna be a mix, I think. High residential, a little bit of alpha zoning, commercial, um, a little bit like this area. I think it's gonna look very similar. This is gonna be a you know what? I'm not gonna tell you guys yet. I think I'm gonna make a separate video for this little district. I know, such a little district for one separate video or episode, but you will see why very soon. I think in the next episode we're gonna finish this little island. But can you like already imagine what I'm gonna do here? What do you think? I want to know what you guys are thinking, what I'm gonna build over here, but I don't think you're gonna know. It's gonna be something pretty special. I don't think I have ever built it actually. Did I? I don't think so. I don't think I made this that I'm thinking of on the YouTube channel, but we will figure out very soon what's gonna be built over here. And this is gonna be a little island for some services. I think we're gonna add some little garbage facilities or garbage management facilities. I don't know how you want to call it, and maybe some extra little things as well. And that's gonna be it. So let's work on the roads. Let's have a look at the zoning services, and then we're gonna have to wait a little bit for the buildings to be built. Then I'm gonna add some details, of course, and then we're gonna look how it's gonna look once it's gonna be completely finished. So pretty exciting. And let's also have a look at the policies. But first of all, let's add some background music and let's have a look. So I think we are just gonna do the normal things as usual. I always do recycling. I don't know. I just like the way it looks, I guess. Like the way it sounds. Um, let's have a look. This one I always do, to be honest. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna give you guys free Wi-Fi. You're gonna pay. These ones always making some extra profit, so why not? High-tech housing, why not? Encourage biking, of course. I don't think we need something more. No, I don't think so. That's gonna be it. And we are also going to give this area the European style buildings. Which is I think the default style, right? I think it is, because North American doesn't look like that, what you're seeing on the screen. That's weird. Okay, I think it is the default style. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's have a look at the road layout, and it's gonna be really easy, to be honest. So I think I want to have some housing literally next to the water. So I think I'm gonna use this road, that's for sure. And let's have it over here, I guess, the road. Oh, we also have a perfect connection right there, so that's nice. And I think that I'm gonna do it over here as well. Really want to have a lot of housing next to the water, literally next to it. I think people are gonna like it. So let's kind of follow the key over here if we can. Yes, we can. And let's get a nice curve over here. Let's do the same over here, I guess. And again, I think we're gonna go a little bit more over here. So we're gonna have a nice connection over here as well. Do I want to have housing next to the water over here as well? I do. I think so, yeah. Let's do it. I want to have like a lot of zoning, so I kind of want to have everything just zoned. Not everything, but a lot of it. So I'm gonna try to max that out, to be honest. It's not a lot of space, to be honest, so gotta be careful. And let's have a nice curve over here as well. Let's have a nice connection over here. If we can, hopefully we can. With a nice curve, maybe. Looking pretty good, I think. And then we are gonna do the same over here. So we're gonna follow the waterfront, and then we are gonna have a nice curve over here, connecting the roads. And then we have some extra space over here, which is beautiful. So I think I'm just gonna use these roads also, with some trees always looking nice. So I don't think I want to have a lot of grids. I don't think that's gonna look nice. So let's have some random roads again, like how I did it over here. And this worked out really good, I think. So it's gonna look very similar. And let's actually use the roads with some grass, not the trees, like I did over here. Because we're gonna have enough trees already, I think. Yeah, I think that's gonna look good. So let's just get a road over here. And let's have some fun. So just have a curve over here, following this road. Nice connection, and then we're gonna have like a little curve over here as well. Like that. I don't think we need another connection. I don't think we need it. So let's, just to be sure, have a connection over here, I think. No, I want you to be completely straight if we can. Yes, we can. Then I'm gonna get you over here. And let's also use some dead ends, I think. Could be nice. All the way over here. Then I'm gonna go over here again. Another dead end, and maybe another one. Just like that. So a lot of zoning over here, which is looking nice. And then we only have to add some zoning over here. So just gonna follow this road, I think. Lots and lots of zoning, which is gonna be really nice. It's gonna look really dense. And then I guess we're gonna go over here. Have another connection over here. Another one? Yes, we can. And then maybe just another connection over here. Just like that. Maybe one more. Beautiful. I think this is looking pretty good. And then maybe we can even have another road going over here. another nice connection. Looking really good, I think. Lots of zoning, beautiful. So let's continue with the next island, which is gonna be pretty much the same, to be honest, kind of layout. Oh no, I wanna have the grass, and we're just gonna follow the waterfront, I guess. Where the hell are you going? Just follow the... Exactly, just like this. Way better. Just another curve over here, like that. Then we're just gonna follow the waterfront, if we can. Yes, we can. All gonna be nice waterfront housing, I guess you can say. I guess we're gonna have some pretty rich people living here. I think you can say that. And let's go over here. Another nice curve. Let's connect that one too, and then only we gotta go over here. So one more time. I don't know why, but it's doing a bit of weird things. I think we're gonna be okay. It really wants to snap to the... It does some weird things, I can't really explain it, but maybe you can see it, it's a little bit weird. I don't know why. It doesn't matter. And let's also fill in this area, I guess. So turn off everything again. And let's have some fun again with the road layout. So like that. Then we can have another road over here, I guess. Where can I have a nice connection? I think over here, like that, and then maybe a dead end. Okay, and then maybe a little neighborhood as well over here. Maybe just a dead end again, like that. Really nice. Some nice organic layouts we are getting. Really happy with that. I'm not the best at doing this, to be honest. Like, I always struggle with this, but it's going pretty well actually, to be honest. I think so, at least. Yeah, this is what I mean. Where are we gonna go now? I think just another little circle, kind of. That's not bad. That's not bad. With some zoning, it's gonna look way better. So pretty good. This has been filled in. And this is gonna be really easy. I think we're just gonna use a normal road. So like I said before, this is gonna be services, basically. So I think we're gonna use a lot of space. We need it, to be honest. I don't know what I said there, but let's ignore that. I think we're gonna go all the way over here. And then following the waterfront way as well. Nope, you are gonna be deleted because I wanna have a nice connection over here. A nice curve. Another one like that. So we are gonna have some nice services over here. And then we only need to do this one over here. So we are doing things pretty quick. That's nice to see. And this is all gonna be high density again. Once again, like I told you guys before, I think it's gonna look very similar to this area. So I think I'm gonna use this road. I think. And I don't really want to have high density zoning next to the water, literally, so let's do it like this. Nice connection once again. Just gonna follow the river over here. Something like this. It's looking so nice. I really am happy. Oh, and we have some I think I can do it a bit better like this. That's better. So let's continue. Kind of want to follow the waterfront over here as well. It's not gonna be perfect. It never is gonna be perfect, but it's gonna get pretty close, I guess. So is this gonna work? Yes, it will. Beautiful. Beautiful. Very nice. So we're gonna go over here. Ooh. And I really do like this bridge. Like, what do you guys think? Absolutely beautiful. Nice industrial looking bridge. Never used it before, I think. So that's nice too. Curve? Nope. Now you can, I guess. Yes, you can. Beautiful. So once again, gonna follow the road over here as well. And I think we're just gonna go... Where are we gonna go? I guess because you're gonna go up already over here. I think we can do something like this. I know it's gonna look a bit weird, but I think we're gonna be okay. So let's continue, then like this. Then we can also even have something over here. Maybe a park or something, like a service building. So that's nice, just following the waterfront again. Like this, and then we're gonna have some grids, I think, over here. That's the plan, I think. So, okay, I guess we are gonna have one connection over there. This curve can be removed because I think we're gonna go straight over here. I think that's gonna work pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad. This is gonna be really dense. I think this is gonna be pretty damn good actually. So let's have a dead end if we can. Yes, we can. And then another one. Do I want to have a connection over here? No, I don't think so. Do I? No, no, let's just leave it over here. So another connection over here. We can have... Oh, this could be perfect. That's kind of perfect to me. Beautiful. All gonna be zoning. Maybe with a nice connection if we can. Nice curve over there, yes please. Everything has been filled in, so that's also beautiful. And then maybe another connection over here. Almost perfect, almost perfect. Let's try that one more time. Just gonna do it like this. Beautiful. Okay, and then... Ooh, could be nice to have a connection over here. Let's... what are we gonna do? I guess I'm gonna go over here. Another nice curve. Connection over there. And then we can have two roads over here, I guess. I think we're gonna be okay. Maybe another connection over here, just to be sure. You know what? Let's just continue it like this. Beautiful. I think so, at least. I do like the look of it. Nice. So this is gonna be all identity, residential, services. So looking good. Let's also add some water already. And I really don't care how it looks, so just don't mind me doing this. Don't really care how it's looking because we can't even see it, so it's in the ground, so I don't really care. Let's just make sure everything is gonna be connected. Like this. Really simple. Just like this, also over here. Okay, this is all connected. Let's have some connections over here as well. Let's follow the road a little bit, just to have some fun, I guess. And let's have a connection over here, and then one more over here to the island. Right there, beautiful. Everything has been connected. Yep, looking good. I think we are even gonna have some. This is gonna be an important island, to be honest, because I wanna have a lot of random services. I think we're gonna have some. What's it called again? Some sewage systems, I think. Maybe if we can place them. And then maybe even some garbage. And then also maybe even a post-sorting facility, because I don't think we have one. Yeah, we have one. But that's it. I don't think we have more. So I think we can use 2, to be honest. And then maybe something else. I am thinking to like build some of these. So a nice high-capacity fire helicopter depot. It's gonna be really nice if we're gonna have one of these over here. I think that could be a good addition to the city. And then maybe even also a police variant, and also a, I think we also have, yeah, a medical one. I don't know, maybe we can't fit them all, but we will see, we will see. I think that's gonna be something for me to look at off camera. So, yeah, looking good. I think we're just gonna have some services over here. So very easy. I think we're not gonna take too much time with this. This is kind of the main island, so I think I'm gonna have some bigger services over here. So fire station. I think we can have like a main little hub over here on the roundabout, I guess. I know some of you don't really like to build buildings on the roundabout, but I do like it sometimes. So I guess fire station over here could be nice. A big one, everyone's gonna be happy over here as well. Nice. Maybe a big fire or police station as well. So everyone's gonna be really safe, I guess. And maybe just to be sure, one more over here. And then I don't think we really need one over here, but who cares, right? Let's just add one more. So nice coverage. Let's also do a little fire station. And the reason why I'm always building them next to each other, so to be honest, I don't forget them, so I can't forget where they are. And I think I'm gonna add the European version. I think this is the European version. And this is kind of the main road, like I told you guys before. So I always want to have these service buildings on the main roads. Always a nice addition, to be honest. Don't really like to build services on random roads, like these roads over here, for example. Always like to build them on some kind of main roads. I always do that, to be honest. So that's why I did that. And I already have a big fire station over here, so do I want to have another one? I think that's a bit too much. But it is a big area, to be honest. You know what? I'm gonna let you guys live. We are just gonna have 2 big fire stations next to each other. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And then we also need some clinics, so I think we're just gonna have 3 of them. And once again, of course, I'm gonna place them kind of on the main roads. Can I fit one over? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So another one, maybe over here, next to the other facilities. And then also one over here. I really do like this one. So kind of want to have you also on the main roads. Let's just have it over here. I mean, this is not really a main road, but it does literally connect the whole island up, so it is kind of a main road. It isn't, but it is, in a way. Medical done, fire, police. I think I'm gonna add some parks off camera. I don't think I'm gonna do that, all of that now. I think that's a bit stupid. Bit too much, to be honest. No, looking good, and maybe even some schools. I think that's pretty important too. So maybe a nice. Can we have this one? Yes, we can, but it's a bit too big, I think. You know what? It's not even that bad. I think with some decoration, this can look pretty good on the roundabout. This is what I mean. I like this. Maybe you guys are gonna think, what the hell are you doing? I think it's gonna look way better with some details. But no, I like this. I do like this. So one big elementary school over there. Also like to build them on some main roads, but we can also build them on random roads, to be honest. I just place them where there's a lot of residential, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I think we can have one on the beginning and then maybe a second one at the other part of the district. Maybe another one, just to be sure. Why not? This is gonna be all covered, so that's okay. And then maybe two of them over here. I think that's gonna be enough. So I think we're gonna have one over here. On the main road, yes please. And then I want to have this one. I really do like this, the look of this one, and it fits perfect. Yes please. Beautiful, yes, that looks awesome. Okay, so schools are done. Maybe one high school actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And I kinda wanna have you over here, can I? No, we can't. Then I'm just gonna place you over here, I think. And once again, I think it's gonna look way better with some extra details, but for now it's gonna be okay. So everything has been filled in. Let's already speed up the game a little bit. And you know what? I'm gonna build the parks right now. So you guys can see where I'm gonna place them. Can I have one over here, a big one? No, we can't, unfortunately. But we can have a big one over here. Nice. So we're gonna have one over there, then we're gonna have a nice one over here. Just gonna use a lot of variations, always like to do some random stuff, I guess. I do want to have some zoning over here available, so let's put it over here. That's better. Let's have another one over here, or actually, this one almost fits perfectly, but doesn't matter. Let's just use this one. Also looking nice. All of the parks look beautiful, to be honest, so it doesn't really matter which one you make, in my opinion. Maybe a nice little one over here as well. Maybe this one again over here. And I'm also gonna add some parking lots off camera once the zoning is gonna be done. Maybe some of these. And maybe... ooh, little... oh no, yes, I wanna have a skate park. This one I was searching. Could be really nice. I think this is a perfect spot, to be honest. Beautiful. Okay, looking nice. So some parks over here, some parks over here. Let's continue with maybe a nice little baseball field or basketball. That's the right word. Next to the high school, looking nice. Always do that, I don't know, but it's just a nice addition to the high school. Let's also build this one over here, I guess. Let's have another one over here. And then we only have to build some over here, so let's have one over here. Over where are we gonna place one? I think this could be a nice spot. And then one more, just a nice big one maybe over there. And we even have some pathways going on over here, so we can even connect them over here if we want to. Which is looking pretty nice. These ones are already kind of connected, so that's good. Nice. I am pretty happy. And then maybe one more, just to be sure, one more. Right there. Beautiful. So I think Then I'm gonna add some zoning, and to be honest, this is all gonna be residential. So I kinda just can do this. There you go. All gonna be residential. We're gonna leave this. Maybe, oh, whoa, 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 we're gonna go way too fast. Way, way, way too fast. I wanted some zoning, some commercial, but just a little bit, not too much. Man, we wanna have some, we're gonna get a lot of new people in here. Look at the demand, I didn't even see that. I wasn't even paying attention to that, to be honest. Looks like a lot of people wanna move in, which is beautiful to see. And I always like to have commercial on the main roads, but you know, this is just a small little like district, so it doesn't really matter to me, to be honest. And let's leave some space open for some details. I think that's gonna be enough. Some extra commercial here as well. That's all gonna be good. So that's gonna do good. This is all gonna be residential too. So just gonna fill everything in, to be honest. So satisfying to do this, to be honest. Let's leave some space open once again. No, I want to have this one. So this is all gonna be residential. We're gonna have some commercial over here once again. This is all gonna be residential. What a beautiful expression this is gonna be, to be honest. Man. Always love to do this. So satisfying. And once again, some commercial over here. Commercial, commercial, commercial. Looking nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, this is all gonna be residential, to be honest. Man. People are gonna be happy, I think. Hopefully. But I think they will be happy. So this is all gonna be residential, 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 residential. Yes, please. Don't we wanna have over here? Beautiful. Looking nice. Let's see some space open again for some details. Just like this, filling it all in. Beautiful. I think I'm also gonna add some bus lines off camera, or some bus stops over here, but that's not a lot of work, to be honest. And this is all gonna be residential over here as well. Residential, residential, residential. Let's stop the game for a moment, or let's pause the game because we don't have electricity yet over here. But I'm gonna fix that off camera, we are all gonna be okay. This is all gonna be residential. I do want to have commercial on the main road, on some sort of main road, I guess you can say. Office buildings next to it. This area is gonna be with a bit more, not really some random zoning, I guess you can say. This actually has some logic, in a way. Not some random, but I also do like to put some random zoning, to be honest, sometimes. So a nice mix, always nice to do that. So commercial, some office again. And then some extra commercial here as well. all gonna be good. Think I'm also gonna add some extra little services here and there, some extra things, but not too much though. And this is all gonna be residential pretty much, next to the water. Gonna have a lot of value. It's gonna be pretty high the value, I'm pretty sure. And this is all gonna be residential in the middle. This is all gonna be residential. Looking nice. Another little residential block over here. Big fan of residential, as you can see. Office zoning, a little bit of a mix right here. Also nice to do. Like this. Maybe even some extra. You know what? No, I'm gonna leave it over here for some extra details. And then maybe some mix a little bit. Just to have some fun, I guess. Just like this. Kind of forgot that was the main road. So residential, 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 commercial, office buildings. Just a nice random variation. And I think I am pretty happy with this. No, I'm not. Now I am, kind of. Now I am. Beautiful. So, my idea. I am going to wait a little bit and we are going to have a look how many people we are gonna get. I'm just gonna wait, gonna add some details, some trees, some nature, some pathways. I'm gonna have a look at which services I'm gonna place over here, and then we're gonna have a look how many people we're gonna have in total. I think we can reach 130 again, 130,000. I think we're gonna be okay. So let's have a look, and this is gonna be one insane transformation once again. So this is how it looks right now, without any details whatsoever. And here we are once again. So let me quickly turn off the music and just have a look at this area of the city. It has been completely finished, other than this little island over here, of course, but ignoring this island for now, man, it looks gorgeous. Like, this was exactly what I had in my mind. And you know that feeling. I really hope you know this feeling when you are, finishing your build and just comparing to the beginning of your build to the final, like, look of it. It's just magnificent. Beautiful feeling. It feels amazing, I can tell you. Especially once you have, finished everything in terms of detail and just everything combined, really. So yeah, it looks quite amazing. So the exact thing that I did, of course, it's almost always the same, but just added a couple of more services, some little parking lots, some parks, some extra little things. I'm trying to think of what. For example, this little garden over here. I added a gymnasium over here, or sports hall, I don't know how I want to call it, and I even added some extra little um, zoning everywhere, just some extra little buildings, so everything is even more dense. And after that, well, just had a very nice time placing some trees down, and that just completely changes the way your areas look with just a little bit of some trees, some nature. It's just super simple, but it works. And what I did exactly the same as I did over here. Exactly the same tree line, but just some older trees. I'm not using these ones, the tall ones, but I'm just using um, these ones over here, as you can see. Really like these ones in this yeah, tab, I guess you can say, or menu. Really do like these ones. I think they are also the newer ones that they added, I think a year ago or something, but man, they look beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So just put every single one down everywhere, and it feels really dense, and that's exactly what I tried. So yeah, as you can see over here too, I added the yeah, some decorations at the roundabout with some nice colors over here. Continuing just everything completely done, finished, dense. Even some extra path, um, yeah, pathways. That's the word I was looking for. Even some extra pathways here and there, but man, I'm really happy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really, really happy. So over here, also exactly the same, just a nice tree line and some extra trees in the backyards, I guess. So looking beautiful. Also, I already added this ferry pier, I guess you can say. So we are gonna have a connection for the ferries over here, at least one. Maybe I'm gonna add more, but we will see. And I also added these ones over here. So I didn't really want to have power lines, and these little facilities apparently connect the electricity, so that's why I kind of made them, to be honest. And they also produce electricity, so that's nice. And I also added some of these advanced wind turbines that can be placed on water over here, so everything is going to be connected, as you can see. So all in all, beautiful how it's looking. I think it turned out great. Even some extra details over here, added some concrete and some vehicles, some fences, which makes everything look a bit more dense. And also added some bus lines. So as you can see, everything has been completely connected with the yeah, bus system that we have. Not really metros. I don't really want to have metros over here because it's going underwater and all that stuff. I don't think that's really necessary for this area, to be honest. And we now have 11,000 people over here, and we only need 70 more people. And then we have 140,000 people. So we grown. We have grown the city. I think you can say grown, right? I hope so. Otherwise, I'm an idiot, which I am. But it doesn't matter. Um, only 70 more, and then we have a population boost of 19,000 people. I think we ended the last um, yeah, time on 120,000 before I, detailed everything and before I let everything be built. But yeah, just amazing. 140,000 people. Absolutely crazy. So let's hit it. I want to see it in this episode happening. Um, yeah, as you can see, the numbers are beautiful. We still have a death wave going on, but the numbers of the population is just going up and up and up with even the death wave. So that's crazy, but there we go. Come on, 19 more. And still, like I said before, the death wave is still going on, so that's just crazy. Imagine how much we would have gained without the death wave, and there we go. 140,000 people. Only for this little area over here. Imagine what we can do with these islands over here. Everything. We still have this all available. So I cannot wait to expand. So yeah, that's everything. I think I wanted to show you guys in this episode. And well, I think in the next episode we are just going to complete or start building on this island. And I'm also going to tell you guys what's it gonna be in the next episode. And maybe even some extra things. I have been thinking about some little things that I want to do before we are gonna expand again. So yeah, pretty exciting. And then after that episode, we are going to probably begin building on the other parts of the city or of the map as well. Probably gonna be starting over here. So really exciting stuff. We are already doing a lot of exciting things in my opinion, but man, we still have things to do and I cannot wait to continue. So only wanted to say one more thing. I added some bus lines over here or some bus stops, but I also made a brand new bus line and that just connects this area with this area of the city. So these islands have been connected to this island, and then also this one and this part of the island. Also some stops at the downtown, but that's it. So just another nice bus line, and it has now 375 people using it already, which is beautiful. And that was the only thing that I wanted to say. So I don't care that we are not seeing 140. Oh, yes, there we go. Yes, we do. I've seen it, so it doesn't matter if it goes down. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you think of the build. Please let me know what you think of this video. And if you enjoyed, of course, consider subscribing, liking, maybe even sharing the video or commenting down below. But with that being said, once again, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next episode. So, have a good day. Ciao, guys.